Okay, so if you're lost for ad ideas and you feel like you're producing the same thing over and over and over and you can't get any new ideas, stop asking Claude, stop asking GPT, stop talking to Grok. They're not copywriters. They can help basically spin off new intro ideas and new little pieces, but they're not going to write your next winning ad, probably not going to write your next viral social media post. I'm going to show you what we're doing, how we're using Manus AI, which is a tool that Meta recently bought. It's basically a full agentic platform that can do work for you, specifically research work really well, but also build websites, build landing pages, things like this. I'm going to show you how we use this tool to currently, we use it against the Facebook ad library. We'll give it a task to go out, and you can kind of see here what we've done. I've asked it to go out. I want to scrape all the life insurance niche ads for USA, Canada, and UK, and I want them to categorize them based on the types of hooks, types of offer that they're positioning it as. If it's an image or video ad, I want to know what the pages are that are spending the most money. I want to know ads that have been live, how long they've been live for, and then I can go sort of spot check the ones that look the best. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through this process here. I'm using the Manus desktop app right now. You can get Manus over at, if you go to it here, manus.im is where it's at. I'm logged in here, but if you're not logged in, you'll get it. It's a credit-based system, which means that you're buying a certain amount of credits and then it just kind of works against it. I know people kind of dislike this that I've talked to because they prefer the way the GPT and Claude and things like this run their systems, where it's kind of more like a flat rate. But the reality is, out of the box, if you're not into making agents with N8N or Make, Claude Code, writing Python, running a VPS or anything like this, this is a lot easier. So for me, we're spending about $250 US a month on our Manus subscription for 40,000 credits, I think. But it's better than any money I could spend on a VA or anything right now. So you can see right here, this is going through, it took my brief, and you can see the steps it's doing. Go to the Facebook ad library. It's scrolling down, looking at US life insurance ads, looking at, these different particular, like Conal Pen in the Meta ad library, UK life insurance. It's going to Canada. It's gathered a bunch of information, right? I actually ran out of credits, so I had to update my subscription tonight. Policy Me, I know that's a Canadian company. Tom in the UK. So Ethos Life Insurance in the US, right? Basically, I gave it a prompt for what words I wanted to search for and the data I wanted to send back. Now, I'm going to give you an idea of what this looks like, because I did this for roofing ads the other day. So I told it what I wanted it to do, right? It basically went through and did the same thing. I'm going to show you some ideas on how this kicked back and then talk to you a little bit about how this could be beneficial for you, right? So here's a report that Manus sent me back. Best performing roofing ads in mid-tier US cities, right? Now, this was specifically, we were looking for some ads to do connected TV ads, the QR code scanning, YouTube-based stuff, right? So you can see the different top performing offers it came in with. It found 44,000 active Meta ads. And then it starts breaking them down by hook, right? Free inspection or instant quote offers. There's a company called Roof R in the roofing space, which basically is like a satellite technology to scan the roof. And that's what they mean here. They're able to give an instant estimate for a roof just on putting in a address, believe it or not. We got storm damage here. Storm damage and insurance claim, these are both big if you've been in the roofing space, if there's been hail damage or anything like this. It's not just about after the hail happens, it's actually about what damage happened during the hailstorm you might not see, which could be causing slow leaks or, financing price anchoring. You get the idea, right? The different creative strategies. So this was step one that it came up with, targeting and all this stuff. So this was good to get my head going. But then what I said was, can you get any of the URLs for the videos, or can we break down on this? So it went back. It can't scrape URLs from the videos because it's actually against policy. But the idea of what it was able to do here is break down the searches that it did for me and then go look at the highest impression Meta advertisers, which is what I really wanted, right? I wanted to see what their hooks were and how they did it, and then where their particular ads were and what their Facebook page was. So the reason I wanted this is, if you come in and you look at this here, right, is because what I want to do, why is that one not working for me here? Might be blocking it because it's coming from Manus. Let's see. Okay, for some reason it's not working for me today. It works on when I had it on the office computer earlier. But the idea here is, what I wanted it to do is save my time. When I go into Facebook ad library, it's super overwhelming because you do a search, you get a gajillion ads that come up. Some of them are related, some of them aren't. This just saves all the time from having to actually find the one ad that stands out for me. So instead of going through the 40,000 ads, this pulls back the highest propensity of advertisers spending a lot of money and have lots of active ads, gives me their Facebook page so I can search them up, which is often hard to find when we're looking for roofing ads. So now I've got kind of a database of different roofing companies across the states that I can keep going back and looking at and seeing what new ads they launch. It allows me to start building a catalog so I can come back to this particular thread and then review it again. So what do I do with this? Well, for me, what I do is I basically take my journal, I start writing down ideas I get, I start looking at the way they're talking about things because I was making some roofing ads, and then I started thinking, how can I shape what they're saying, how they're positioning this offer, like an instant quote or hail damage or insurance. Well, only pay your, one of the hooks was only pay your deductible, we cover everything else, right? That's a strong hook if you've got weather damage. So taking those, because I'm new to this market, and then using my formulated scripts I know work for YouTube Shorts, YouTube in-stream, connected TV and YouTube, and building ads around those. So that's one way, entering a new market. This makes it a lot faster. This ends up, maybe it costs you $5 or $10 to do in credits on Manus, but like it's so worth it because it just gets your brain thinking. Now, as an aside, which I haven't done yet, but which would be really valuable, and I've talked about this before, it would be valuable to do this for not your actual market, but another market. So for instance, my primary market is still in life insurance, but if I did it for debt, I'd probably get some ideas. If I did it for pre-need funeral plans, I'd get some ideas. So doing this for a market that isn't your specific market, right? Now, when I'm doing this here for life insurance, and it's still, so here it is, it's writing a Python script to generate the CSV file for me. Wicked, right? The reason that this is useful to me right now with what it's doing for life insurance is because I'm a little stuck in a couple of my accounts, and I'm trying to get some new creative juices flowing. And we're spinning off some older ads that have worked before, and we're getting a little bit of life, but we're noticing that the fatigue factor is happening faster. Partially, this is just the market. Today people are seeing ads more often. We're shoving more ads in people's faces. CPMs are higher, so our results have to be that much better to make things work. But this allows me to, I'm not saying I'm going to rip and run other people's ads, but it's like I might find that one hook that someone's doing on Meta. I'm not personally on Meta for this niche. That's going to be like, oh crap, I could make an ad like this. I could go record a demo tomorrow with my cell phone outside my driveway and say that and test that and see how that works, right? So here's your takeaway here. If you don't have a Manus account, I'd recommend you give it a try, right? Give it a task. Other things we're able to do with Manus. We can build huge B-roll libraries, which I promise I'll do a video on in the future. But if you watched the video I have on my channel about using Kling 2.5 Turbo to create intro clips from static images for YouTube videos, it's like how to grab people's attention in the first 3 seconds. I'll put a link to it in the description here so you can check that out. We've been able to connect Kling at replicate.com, which is the website we use and the API place we use to generate videos and images. And we're able to connect them all with one Manus skill. So we create the skill where we give Manus a CSV of stuff. Manus then creates the images, sends the images to Kling, creates the videos, gets the video, brings it back, changes the name of it the way we want it so it matches the CSV file, puts it in a Google Drive folder, then updates the row in the CSV file with the link to the video, right? In and of itself, okay, one video, not such a big idea, but if you do that 100 times, killer, right? Or this type of idea, I could go do this, but realistically, it is 10:27 p.m. for me on a Thursday night. I'm recording this right now because I'm trying to share more of our processes and what we're doing, which is why I'm in literally my kitchen recording this and not in my office. And I'm going to go do the dishes here because my kids are asleep. And I'm doing this now because I'm able to go do the dishes, but all this research gets done. And this to me is like what I was looking for as AI has progressed. How can I get AI to do some of the work that I get caught up on, or I don't do a good job on, or I don't even want to do, right? It's hard pressed finding humans that actually want to go through this, right, and do this type of work. So give Manus a try. That's all I'm saying. It looks like it may, there it is. We've got the report, right? Let's take a look. United States market, top advertisers, interesting, right? Vitaly. Remember these guys when I used to run bigger in the UK? Polly and Tom. Yeah, Vitaly, over 50s market. You know, Canadian market, Policy Me, TD Insurance, Term Light. Interesting that it's not finding. I know there's other lead generators. I'm surprised I'm not finding them. But this is what I really want, is the add CSV, right? Here we go. So this gives me, right? Angle, hook, copy summary, creative type, right? What is it? Video, how long is it, right? Static image, CTA, the page link for where the lander's going, right? The ad library link, any notes that it gives it, right? 87 active. So there's, right, bunch of Dave Ramsey effective ads here. And we've got this for UK, we've got this Canada. So what I'm going to do now, because I know this isn't enough, I'm going to challenge it to go deeper. I'm going to say, look, I know there's a lot more people in Canada running this stuff than just these. This is pretty surface level. Let's do this right now. Okay. I use Whisper Flow when I'm making most of my prompts. I'm just going to do this right away live. Thank you for this. I would say thank you. I don't know why I do that. Delete that. I'm trying to be a polite Canadian. The CSV seems somewhat incomplete and really heavily weighted in a few different companies. I noticed that Ethos Life Insurance isn't there for the US. I noticed that Get Protected, none of Nielsen Financial Services properties are there for the United Kingdom, such as British Seniors. In Canada, I noticed that none of Specialty Life Insurance properties are there. Also, I know for a fact there are multiple lead generators on Meta that should be running ads that should have shown up. There'd be a lot of like Canada Life quotes or things like this that are kind of look like national type brands that different media agencies and affiliate networks run, but none of those showed up. Can we dig deeper, please? Not just looking for ads, but let's try and uncover as many pages that are running active ads as we can in Canada and the US to start. I believe that we're missing out on a lot of affiliates that we should be seeing there. So I'm going to give that to it. I probably talk too much to my AI, just like I do to other people. It thinks on it, understood, right? First pass only captured top branded. All right, there we go. Comprehensive ad reacher. Yeah, accept. Go for it. So yeah, it's going to use more credits for me, but at the end of the day, I want the data, right? And the data is worth it to me because if I find one winning ad, it could be worth $100,000, $200,000 in results, right? So try Manus. Got questions? Hit me with a message below. I'm going to do more of these sort of documenting what we're doing, how we're doing it type videos, not worry so much about the production factor. And I think that we'll find that you guys can get some good tips from this stuff, all right? So we'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you want to see and get notified of all the stuff that I got coming. And as always, if you've got a question or getting a little caught up on stuff, put a comment below and I will answer it when I can or make a whole video about it if it makes sense. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.